Hello, and welcome to this AIM podcast. AIM is the global industry alliance for stakeholders of RFID barcoding, smart devices, and other automatic identification and data capture technologies, and supporting blockchain, IoT, RTLS applications. We represent all industries and organizations that use, implement, resell, or develop technology. Hello, and welcome to today's podcast. Today, I'm happy to be joined by Kyle Bermel, the CEO at Metalcraft. Welcome to the podcast, Kyle. I'll let you start off by introducing yourself.
Thanks, Bethany. Great to be here. Kyle Bermel, CEO of Metalcraft. Been with Metalcraft now for 13 years. We're a manufacturer of identification products, headquartered out of Mason City, Iowa, with facilities in Ames, Iowa, and um, looking forward to our discussion today.
Great. So, in today's podcast, we're going to be celebrating a big milestone for Metalcraft. Your guys' 75th year anniversary. Congratulations. This is a big milestone. I thought it would be good to start things off by going into the history of Metalcraft and how it got started.
Yeah, yeah. There was actually a company before Metalcraft. It was called K&A Engraving, and they were founded in 1933 by A.D. Patton, and they made printing plates for newspapers. And they continued to refine their printing process, and they figured out that they could print on brass nameplates. And in 1948, they figured out a new way to do lithographic printing on metal. And then in 1950, the Patton family went and started Metalcraft itself. So that's how we got our start.
Something that people might not know is that Metalcraft got its roots from solving an identification problem for the Bostitch Stapler Company. Can you share a little bit more about that?
I sure can. I wore my stapler pin. It's a really good story for us. It's really our origin story, and it ties into uh, ties into our why statement. So as the folklore goes, Bostitch, they used to pad print on the top of staplers with logos and advertisements for promotional purposes for companies, and they made a large error printing those. And so Alan Patton, part of the Patton family, went and met with Bostitch over coffee, and they were paying for their coffee, and Alan reached into his pocket and was pulling out the change to pay for the coffee, and out dropped a piece of metal. He picked the metal up, and that's what created the idea to put the piece of metal over that misprinted part. So I think it just really ties to, like I said, our why statement and thriving on challenges and making the complex simple, because that was a complex problem that Bostitch had, but a simple solution that we came up with. So.
That's a great story. So as we stated, like it's your 75th year anniversary. What's made Metalcraft so successful to be able to maintain that 75 years?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, it's definitely the people. Our people care about each other. They care about our customers. We've had customers that have been with us. I just was on site with a customer a couple months ago. They've been with us for 30 years, and they've been in business for 30 years. So definitely the people caring about each other, and then our people caring about our customers and wanting to solve those problems.
And I wanted to also get into how Metalcraft has evolved over those years.
Yeah, really the easy way to say it is we've just continued to evolve with the technology. We started with metal nameplates, right? And we crash indented a number into them. And then, as barcodes came out, we're like, well, we could probably figure out a way to put a barcode onto that metal. And we were able to do that. There was a story in there about we were going to do it with a laser, and that laser blew up, but we ended up doing it with a photo anodized material. And then once we figured out barcodes, we're like, well, we can probably do this on polymers. And so we started doing our label line. And then as RFID came around, we said, well, we can embed an RFID inlay into that construction, and that's what we did. So we started in RFID 04, 05, and continue to do it today. In 2017, we actually started our software business to try to capture some of those small to medium-sized opportunities that we kept losing because our customers didn't want to take those on. So we've continued to grow that software business, and then we've actually added through COVID, we added Inlay Innovation, which is our facility in Ames, Iowa, where we can actually make RFID inlays.
And so I wanted to get into the inlay design lab. Um, so this requires a unique set of skills and is a service that not very few companies can offer. Can you get into some of the services that the lab provides for our audience who might not be familiar?
Absolutely, yeah. It's been ever evolving, but we have antenna designers on staff, so we can make just designs for customers if they need that. But I think the real value is in our ability to do quick turn prototypes. So I like to tell people within 2 days. Sometimes it takes a little longer than that. If I'm standing down in Ames, it might take less than that. We can design, make the antenna, and then attach the chip and test all in one facility pretty quickly. So it gives our customers the ability to go and test out what they need and design specifically for them. And then what else it has is, we have full production capabilities too down there where we can make the inlay, and then we do some conversion as well in our Ames facility. So that's all run out of our Inlay Innovation Lab.
So another thing that I wanted to get into, I think that anyone that has had the pleasure of working with you all at Metalcraft can't deny that there is something special about the company. And I think this is something that you already touched on a little bit of, earlier in your answer, but my experience with working with you guys is that your team is a family. And this dates back before the business became 100% employee owned, which is a great accomplishment. How do you maintain that atmosphere?
Yeah, and one thing I want to point out, before becoming 100% employee owned, there were 18 years where we were a majority employee owned. So, and actually I should say a majority ESOP and always 100% employee owned, just not all in the ESOP. And I think that has a lot to do with it, but really it comes back to our number one value, and our number one value at Metalcraft is our member owner focus. And what that means is, that we support personal and professional development of our members. We engage them in thinking and acting like owners because they are. That's why they're members, right? They're member owners. Encouraging healthy lifestyles, sharing all the ownership and profits with them. That's a huge deal. But ultimately, I think you got to create a place that people want to be a part of, and you have to create a place that they enjoy coming to. And if you can't do that, you're not going to get the results.
Yeah, that's great. And I think another thing that goes hand in hand with the family atmosphere at Metalcraft is that it also extends into not just the company, but also the surrounding community. I recall hearing about when a flood hit Mason City, Iowa, where you guys are all headquartered, back in 2008, I believe. Team Metalcraft rallied behind each other and the community. And today, that is a commitment that has continued to grow. Can you get into some of the outreach programs that Metalcraft is involved with?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest one for us is the United Way. We're big supporters of the United Way of North Iowa. It covers a very large area. They do great work in education, health, and financial stability of our area. And I think why we focus so much on that is because of the drastic impact that it has throughout the communities, not just in Mason City, but all the surrounding communities that all of our members live in. So that's always a good one. And then we do a lot with MS. So our previous CEO and our CEO before him both have MS. And our previous CEO, Steve Dorfler, he started a foundation, Preserving One Step at a Time, and we're obviously big supporters of that. It's very easy to get around a good cause that's impacted so many people that are so close to us. And then there's a whole gamut of other ones, a lot of elderly stuff, Relay for Life, local animal shelters, really what our members want to get involved in. That's where we focus.
That's great to see. A company that invests in the community around them. So to finish off, I wanted to switch gears a little bit by looking into the future of the company. Can you share anything about what we might see in the future for Metalcraft or what the company's next big idea is? And then also get into some of the goals you all have for the next 25 years.
Yeah, for the next 25 years, it's to be around, right? To make it to 100 years. That's goal number one. It's a huge thing for us. We actually at our 75th anniversary, we just planted just buried a time capsule for those members to open up in 25 years. So we're really looking forward to that. We're going to use pace growth and continue to evolve and add value to our customers. That's how we're going to get there. And it might not, we know that it's not going to look the same then as it does now. And we're going to continue to evolve to do that. From a short-term standpoint, we're looking at expanding our services offerings, continuing to add value and getting more hands-on with our customers because we know there's a need there. And, we've been in this passive sensors for quite some time, but we do think there's still some room for growth there coming. So we're looking forward to that and seeing where that'll go.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Kyle, and congratulations again on Metalcraft's achievement.
Hey, thanks, Bethany. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you for listening to this AIM podcast. Again, AIM is the Global Industry Alliance for AIDC Technologies. We are essential to enabling adoption, growth, and interoperability to those that depend on accurate, available, and identifiable data. If you'd like to learn more about AIM and our initiatives, you can reach out to us at info@aimglobal.org, go to our website at www.aimglobal.org, or give us a call at 724-742-4470.